now rocking with the best. Debates get hot, boy, I am so many fresh. I talk cash money like I'm Birdman. Tackle topic straight on, no swerving. All facts is what I'm serving. No one's better or more deserving than me. I bring that heat like Miami on a whole nother level like I'm Otani. I prove points by helping you visualize, using data that's analyzed by eagle eyes. Get your mind right and act like you know. You are now tuned into the Real Untouchable podcast.
Hey, what it do, sports world, and welcome to the Real Untouchable podcast with me, Ray Diggs. Man, we're going to talk a little bit about boxing, man. Hey, I ain't talked about boxing in a while, but it's been a lot of crazy things that have been going on in the boxing world. Hey, listen, we got Devin Haney that's suing Ryan Garcia. Now, I'm explaining to y'all why I feel, and like I was telling my partner today, Kilo, I was telling him, hey, listen, I'm okay with Ryan Garcia suing it. Because you want to know why? Because you cheated, okay? When you cheat, you get sued. That's what happens, okay? Now, if this right here would have been a black fighter doing the exact same thing that Ryan Garcia did, let's just say Floyd Mayweather. Let Floyd Mayweather come into a fight overweight and test positive for PED. Y'all gonna tell me that he wouldn't have got bashed? Come on, man, be real. The only people that can do this is Hispanic fighters, okay? Which is Canelo Alvarez, which tested positive for PED. Nobody ever held him accountable. And now Ryan Garcia tested positive for PED and overweight, and nobody held him accountable. So we're gonna let's talk about it, y'all. But you know what though? One thing we know about boxing is you got to be the right complexion. Okay, let's just be honest. Let's just call it what it is. Listen, before I get started, man, make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button, and also the share button, and make sure you give me your feedback on what you all think about this segment. We had a hell of a light heavyweight title fight. Okay, we had Demetrius Bivol versus Arthur Beterbiev. Okay, Beterbiev. Okay, this right here was two of the most elite light heavyweight champions. Okay, this right here was for undisputed. Now, Demetrius Bivol had a hell of a fight. He fought better than I thought he would. But Arthur pretty much did what I knew that he would do. Now, Arthur was coming off of an injury, okay, a meniscus injury. Now, everybody keeps saying that Demetrius Bivol did just enough to win this fight. I had it. I had Arthur winning this fight right here by 2 rounds. I had him winning by 2 rounds. Now, if it was a draw, I wouldn't have been mad. But because Arthur won this fight in the rematch, I'm calling it now. I think Arthur stops Bivol in a rematch. I think he stops it. And I'm going to tell y'all why. Demetrius Bivol came on a podcast and said that Arthur hit him one time, into which his entire hand went numb. So that tells me everything that I needed to know. That tells me that Arthur punches really hard, but we knew that already. But one thing that Arthur showed us was Arthur can actually fight. See, a lot of people surprised that Arthur came into this fight and fought the way he did. Honestly, I feel that fans are mad that Arthur won this fight. Because I feel like a lot of fans, and there's a lot of Canelo fans, because I think that they know that Arthur Beterbiev will never fight Canelo, because he know Canelo will get stopped against Arthur. Arthur is a different type of monster. He's a different type of beast. And if Demetrius Bivol did what he did to Canelo, I can only imagine what Big Arthur would do to him. So that's why I feel like Canelo fans wanted Demetrius Bivol to win this fight, because that was their chance to get Demetrius Bivol versus Canelo Alvarez. They wanted Canelo to be the first one to take that O away from Demetrius Bivol. And honestly, I don't think he would. Honestly, I think Demetrius Bivol beats Canelo a second time. And I honestly think he does. I think he would have done it more easier. That's what my opinion. But like I said, this round is going to be a immediate rematch. There's already been said that these two will fight again. I think they should fight again. But I will say, I think Arthur stops him in a rematch. I think it's going to be a hell of a fight, but I think Arthur stops him in the later rounds because now I think Arthur pretty much figured out what he needs to do. He knows that he needs to go to the body. I think he goes to the body. I think he finishes Demetrius Bivol. Okay. And I think, honestly, he heard it. I don't think Demetrius Bivol would say that. I don't think he would pretty much link that type of information. But I think Arthur did hurt him a few times. All right. But hey, I think that this right here was a hell of a fight. Great fight for boxing. And like I said, the rematch is going to be a hell of a fight as well. Now let's move on to Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney. Now, these two fighters right here, y'all know they fought last year, and Ryan Garcia dominated Devin Haney. But it also came out that Ryan Garcia tested positive for PED. Okay. And then he came in overweight. Now, Ryan Garcia fan is going to say he didn't do nothing wrong. Now, let Devin Haney would have came in the exact same way. Have the same energy that y'all would have had for Devin Haney if he came in overweight or if he came in at PED. But one thing about black fighters is, let's just be real. A lot of black fighters don't test positive for PED. They just don't. Because they're just naturally talented. So a lot of them don't test positive. And I ain't saying that because I'm black, but I'm just saying, I'm just being honest. So when I look at these two fighters, right, I'm not going to say PED was the reason why he dominated this fight. But it could have. And we'll never know. But this is the thing that I feel like fans have to understand. How in the hell can y'all be mad at a man because he got cheated? Now, if I got cheated, this man right here, and y'all saying that Oscar De La Hoya and all these other people, oh, yeah, that's the big move that you're pressing charge, well, not pressing charge, but you're suing him for assault. Bro, it's like using a weapon on steroids, which is was. So how in the hell can I be mad at this man right here? Because this man, honestly, ruined Devin Haney's career. Let's be real. All right. And I'm going to tell y'all how he did it. Now, I'm going to tell y'all how he did it. The reason why he did it is because Devin Haney would never be looked at the same. That fight right there will stand out every single time. People going to bring up, man, you got dominated versus Ryan Garcia. That shit can never be deleted. Even though they turned that fight into a no contest, we still know what we saw that night. So of course I'm gonna go and sue him. Of course I'm gonna say assault because that's exactly what he did. You assaulted the man. You beat him up. You beat the brakes off of him while you tested positive for a PED. So y'all can't get mad at the man because the man wants to get his get back, basically. And honestly, if I'm Devin Haney, I need to get my get back inside of the ring. But this time, and people was mad because Tank put all those stipulations on his fight with Ryan Garcia because he knew how Ryan Garcia got the same mindset as a Canelo Alvarez. They're weight bullies, okay? And y'all want to say Canelo is not a weight bully? Man, listen, Canelo was fighting welterweights, trying to make up his own weight class, which was 152, which is not even a weight class. Then he moved up to 155, which is not a weight class. It's actually 154. So he's always been manipulating the system. And guess what? Boxing has, of course, has allowed him to do it. And that's why he continued to do it. This dude right here was fighting at, before he fought against Canelo, before he fought against Triple G, he was fighting at a weight where it was like 155. It's not even a weight. You fought against Amir Khan. Bro, and knocked him out. Think about that. Amir Khan is probably 147, 150 soaking wet. So that's why I can never respect Canelo. Because honestly, how can you say that David Benavidez is weight bullying when you did the exact same thing? Just say you're afraid to face David Benavidez. And that's why Tank put all those stipulations on that fight, because he knew what Ryan Garcia would do. He knew that Ryan Garcia was going to come in overweight, about 3 pounds, and then he was going to balloon up. And that's why the fans got to understand that's why this boxing game is the way it is. Okay, you got to put everything in the contract. But I'm going to tell y'all the mistake that the Haneys made is that they was greedy. What do I mean by that? They took the $1 million. Now, if you take the $1 million, you can't talk about the weight because you got paid for that. But Ryan Garcia also tested positive for PED. You can talk about that. And that's the reason why I say when I look at these two fighters, I think that they have to fight again. But this time it's got to be on a level playing field. I think Devin Haney win the rematch. I think he defeats Ryan Garcia. I think it's a close fight though, but I think he'll win. Then we got Tank. I don't know whose side Tank is on. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what side Tank is on. All right. Tank just talk. Tank just do him. But I will say this, y'all. Who in the hell is gonna fight Terrence Bud Crawford? As y'all know, he stood to the side. He stepped to the side so Sebastian Fondor can finally face Errol Spence Jr. in Dallas, Texas for a fight either at the end of this year or early next year. That right there would mean that Terrence Bud Crawford will be out of a ring again for at least a good 9 to 10, well, almost a year. I don't know if that's good at his age. He's waiting for the Canelo fight, and that's the same thing with David Benavidez. I think that they are waiting for a fight that may never happen. Canelo pretty much want to cash his way out and fight against basically bus drivers like Edgar Berlanga. That's who he wants to fight. Fighters that he know that he's going to come in and dominate. And hell, he didn't really dominate Edgar Berlanga. Let's just tell you. But those are the fights that Canelo wants. So I think that the winner out of Errol Spence versus Sebastian Fondor will fight against Terrence Bud Crawford. Or Tim Tszyu fight this weekend. Tim Tszyu can win that fight. I would like to see Tim Tszyu fight against Bud Crawford later on this year or the beginning of next year. That could be a hell of a fight. With the winner facing the winner of Errol Spence versus Errol Spence versus Sebastian Fondor. I think that right there would be the perfect undisputed 154-pound matchup. Okay, but will it happen? I don't know. Tim Tszyu talk a lot, but he don't want to be. I don't think he really wants to be nowhere near Terrence Bud Crawford. All right, but I think that the Saudi prince, I think that he would possibly put up enough money to get Tim Tszyu to step in the ring with Terrence Bud Crawford. Even though I think Terrence Bud Crawford will finish him, I think he dominates that fight. But I want to see who wins out of Sebastian Fondor and Errol Spence Jr. That's going to be a hell of a fight, y'all. That's going to be one of those big fights, especially in Dallas. And if Errol Spence can win that fight and him against Terrence Crawford too, I think that a lot of people are not going to want to watch that fight. But I do think that fight will be a little bit better than the first fight will. I think Errol Spence still loses, but I think it'll be better than the first fight. But hey, man, I'm gonna go ahead and rest this thing. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this one down. And it's been a hell of a night, y'all. It's gonna be, hey, like I said, boxing is coming back. Even though, and also Vladimir Flair is rumored to be facing. Vladimir Flair is rumored to be facing against Devin Haney in a fight in December. Now, I'm happy for Vladimir Flair. I'm happy for him. He deserved that. That's gonna be his big payday. But I do will say this. I think he gets stopped. Y'all can say what you want to say. I think that Devin Haney stops him. But I do think that's gonna be a good fight for him. He gets his big payday. You beat Adrian Broner, you get the big payday. And I think that would be his biggest payday. And honestly, I think that, that'll be the fight for him. A lot of people just say he goes in there and he actually put up a good fight. He put up a good fight against Devin Haney. Hey, he might get another big fight. But I don't know, man. Like I said before, man, thank y'all again for listening to another great segment of the Real Untouchable podcast. Until next time, y'all have a great Friday night and be safe this weekend. Peace.